Hello, welcome back or to the channel. And today I'm going to have a scavenger hunt, pick what book I read. I've seen this video floating around on BookTube and it just sounds like so much fun. So I'm gonna pull up the scavenger hunt and basically you just follow the prompts that the scavenger hunt gives you using the books on your shelves, which we got lots of books to pick from, and that will determine what book I'll be reading in this vlog. So let's get into it. I have not done like a specific vlog in so long. Like I've just been doing weekly vlogs, which are great, but I really miss doing specific themed vlogs. So I'm going to get back into doing those if I can. And the credit goes to Books and Lala for creating the scavenger hunt. It's just so fun and I can't wait. I've never played it. I'm really excited. So, okay, let's dive in. So the first prompt is to grab your favorite book, go to the acknowledgements, and the first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. Well, you all know what my favorite book is, and if you don't, it's this beautiful thing. It is Forever the Orange Tree. So, we gotta flip to the acknowledgements, and the first name that we see, find a book by an author with that name. I'm just gonna like close my eyes and just like land on something. I see Catherine. Catherine is the Bear and the Nightingale series. Oh, Catherine Arden, yes. Okay, so Catherine, we're gonna grab Bear and the Nightingale. All right, we have Bear and the Nightingale, which is by Catherine Arden. So prompt number 2 is to pick something on that cover and find another book with the same thing in the title. Okay, so we gotta be strategic about this. So this is like the UK edition. So I see little houses, like there's little houses on the bottom, and I have a book with house in the title. So let me grab it. Come here. So this is A House with Good Bones. So has house in the title. So our next prompt is to go to page 50, line 5, pick a word from that line and find a title with that word. That is very complicated. Okay, first of all, let's go to page 50, line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the line reads, remember dreaming about these weird pale children all white and twiggy. What a sentence. All right, so we have dreaming about these all white. I feel like those are like, and of course is there too. So now we have to find a title with that word. So, okay, in this line there's the word dream, so I grabbed The Dream Thieves. Alrighty, we have our next book. So, prompt number 4, find a 5-star read with the same colors on the cover. Ooh, okay, so this book is primarily white with some like dark blues, blacks, some oranges, reds. So, gotta find a 5-star. Do I have 5 stars? I feel like I don't have many books that I give 5 stars to. Honestly, I'm so picky. Why is this not possible? Where are the 5-star reads? Oh, wait, I see one. I see one. Hold on, I gotta grab it though. It's all the way up here. Okay, what do we think? Do we think these, I think these match, maybe? I just feel like there's red and there's red. We're gonna go with Tender as the Flesh. I'm like 95% sure I gave this 5 stars. Let me check though, because now I feel like I'm misremembering if I actually gave this book 5 stars. I gave it 4. Oh no. Oh god. All right, we're on the hunt again. All right. No, not even close. Okay, I found the Passing Playbook. Totally forgot. I'm pretty sure I gave this 5 stars. Let me double check. Again, because apparently my mind cannot be trusted to remember such details. So let me check. I'm pretty sure I gave this book 5 stars. I did. It's on Goodreads and I will show you. See, there's a 5-star rating right there. So boom. Okay, I think these are perfect because they're both a mainly white cover. So we got our book. And the next prompt is to find a book with the same number of pages. Oh dear. This is a really short book and I feel like I don't own a ton of short books. So let's see. This book is 300 pages exactly. Yikes. That's gonna be kind of hard to find. I feel like we're gonna find it over here though. I don't even know if you can hear me. I think we're gonna find it in this section where my books are shorter. Oh my gosh, this one's, oh wait, this one is 3, nope, never mind. We were so close. Never mind. I feel like we're pushing it with this one, but we got Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. If you look at the book, right? Okay, let's, hold on, I can't turn pages. If you go to the very last page, that's marked, it's $2.97, but then you turn the page, this would be $2.98, this would be $2.99, and this would be $300. Would you count this? I'm gonna count it. I can't find a book that's exactly 300 pages, so we're gonna go with this. I think it's good enough. So now we've flipped open to any page, the first name you see, find a book by an author who shares that name. Okay, so we're gonna just flip to a random page. Thankfully this is a book I read, so we're gonna go like right here, and again I'm just gonna close the eyes and just point. I didn't land on a name. Oh wait, Nick. I don't own any books by an author with Nick. I really don't think I do. Like, I do not own Nicholas Sparks, so I know that is not possible. Okay, so let's try that again. We're gonna go here. There was no names. Okay, here. Ramirez? I definitely don't think I have. No, I really don't. Okay, let's like go further towards the beginning. Haggerty, definitely not. Pop, definitely not. Nope. Okay, this is really difficult. Come on. Wade, definitely not. Vero, no. Oh my gosh, this is impossible. Let's like flip maybe towards the end of the book, like in the acknowledgements maybe. Maybe we could find a name there. Michael? We're on the next acknowledgements page. Let's just pick this right here. John. Oh my gosh, that's like the most basic name. Come on. Do I own a book by a John? I really don't think so. Let's try again. That was not a name. Right here. Thomas? Angie Thomas. We're gonna make it work. You know what? We're gonna make it work. Let me grab a book. That was like the hardest prompt ever. I got Concrete Rose, which I have not seen enough people read this book. It's great. All right, what is the next prompt? That was so difficult. All right, we're on number 7. Find another title with the same number of letters. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. It's not bad. I found one. We got Rule of Wolves, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. That is not the book I was expecting to work, but it did. So going on to prompt number 8, we have find a book with a similar cover. So this cover is basically just like a creamy white with a tree on the cover. So let's see if we can find something similar. Huh. This is not the easiest thing. I don't know why I thought the Scavenger Hunt would be like a breeze. This is a lot harder than I thought. What do you guys think of this? They're obviously different colors, but I feel like the bold font and having them stacked on top like Master of Sorrows, Rule of Wolves, and then having like the swirlies kind of looks like the tree. There is a bird on this cover. There is a bird on this cover as well, right there. So these kind of look similar to me, obviously not in color, but stylistically, they're pretty similar. So let's go with Master of Sorrows. All right, number 9, flip to a random page, point at a word and find that word in a book title on your TBR shelf. Thankfully, all of my unread books are on Storygraph, so I can search for that word on there. So let's flip to a random page. Let's go like right here. And I'm gonna go right there. Late. Late. That's an interesting word. Let's check Storygraph. That's so funny. The words that came up were titles that have date and fate in the title, but not late. So let's pick another word because I do not have any books with the title of late in the cover. So, or title, I mean, you know what I mean. Let's go here. Allowed. Why am I picking words that are like not in books? So let's search again. Allowed. 0 books. I figured that is not a word that I would have in a book title. All right, let's go right here. This word. Head. Okay, that's a better word at least. Like more commonly used. All right, head. Nothing. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go towards the beginning. Right here on this page. Chapter. No, that's not going to be one. Stone. Stone. I don't think I have a book with stone in the title. Nothing, okay? Let's go here, this word. That's like a specific word for the book, so let's go back over here. That's like literally any book. So I want to pick something else that's just too generic. Moment. I definitely don't think I have a book with moment. No, okay. Let's keep going. Here we go. Him. Nope. Nothing. All right. Here we go again. Your, like Y-O-U-R-E. Nothing. Holy cow, you guys. Seriously. Asked. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. Let's go right here. Oh, it's a blank page. Hold on. You. Okay, that's a better word. Okay, we got 4 books that came up and none of them have you in the title. What the heck? Hold on, let me restart their like search thing because maybe she's getting a little confused. So let's go to read pile and we're gonna search for you. And it came up with the same books. Okay, that did not come up. It came up with Starling House, Fourth Wing, The Good House, and House of Roots and Ruin. None of those have you in the title. So let's try this yet again. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is crazy. That was a blank page. That's also a blank page. Were? Oh, interesting. So for the word were, I got Once There Were Wolves by Charlotte McConaughey, which is not the book I had ever expected to be picked. So the final prompt is to now read this book. So for this video, I will be reading Once There Were Wolves, not the book that I thought I would pick. I don't know, I just thought it would be something completely different, but this is exciting. I had actually bought this book to give as a gift for somebody, but I heard Kayla from Books and All read this book, which is ironic because she invented the Scavenger Hunt. I feel like it's only right that I read this book because I heard about it from her, I believe, and she read this, she really liked it, so now I'm going to be reading it. So let's read the synopsis together and figure out kind of what it's about. So it says, N.T. Flint arrives in Scotland with her twin sister Aggie to lead a team of biologists tasked with reintroducing 14 grey wolves into the remote highlands. She hopes to heal not only the dying landscape, but Aggie too, unmade by the terrible secrets that drove the sisters out of Alaska. I didn't know this book had an Alaskan element. That's exciting. N.T. is not the woman she once was either, changed by the harm she witnessed, inflicted by humans on both the wild and one another. Yet, as the wolves surprise everyone by thriving, N.T. begins to let her guard down, even opening herself up to the possibility of love. When a farmer is found dead, N.T. knows where the town will lay blame. Unable to accept what her wolves could be responsible, N.T. makes a reckless decision to protect them. But if the wolves didn't make the kill, then who did? And what will N.T. do when the man she is falling for seems to be the main suspect? This sounds very interesting, and I feel like it's going to be a book about climate change that is being seen in the world and how humans are attributing to that, and also endangered animals such as wolves and what we can do to protect them, and just have some really great conversations on conservation and stuff. So this sounds like a great time. It's also super short. It is not even 300 pages. So cool. We're gonna be reading this in the vlog. So I'll start this book when I have some time, but I just want to start this vlog, kind of get the book picked out, and I'll read it and vlog my thoughts, and maybe I'll annotate this book just to really fully immerse myself into the story. So I'll start this book when I can, and I will update you all once I've started it. Hello, it's been pretty wild today. Like, it's just been super crazy busy, but I did start Once There Were Wolves, and I gotta say I'm really impressed with the first 2 chapters of this book. It has really hooked me. It's really drawn me in. And if you read the first sentence of the first chapter, which I did show in the last B-roll clip, that is like the most memorable first chapter sentence I've read in a really long time. So if you didn't read it, it says, "When we were 8, Dad cut me open from throat to stomach." Like, that immediately hooked me. I'm like, what is happening? And at first it was kind of reading as if the main character was a wolf and like maybe she's being like slaughtered or something. But then as you keep reading, it's really interesting. Like, our main character has this ability to really deeply feel creatures' emotions, and not even emotions really, but like what they're experiencing and what they're seeing. And that's really interesting, and what a cool ability. Like, it's not really magical. Like, later on in this first few chapters, it does explain it as a specific like disorder that she has, and I was curious about googling that and seeing if it's like a real diagnosis of some sort, but it's very fascinating. And then the second chapter, we dive into present day with our main character moving 3 wolves into this enclosure deep into the forest in Scotland, and it seems like they're being moved there for their own safety and kind of being rehabilitated back into this forest that they used to roam. And I definitely am getting the feeling that this book is going to be talking about conservation and how humans are destroying the planet and the animal habitats, and I'm really looking forward to those conversations. And I'm loving our main character. At the end of chapter 2, towards the end of chapter 2, our main character is driving towards the wolf sanctuary, and her name is Inti, which I need to start calling her that instead of the main character. So Inti is heading towards like the wolf sanctuary, where the wolves are being kind of held for the moment until they're used to their new home. And this like horse gallops in front of her car, so she skids to a halt, and this guy in this big old truck is like, "Hey, is that your horse?" She's like, "No." And he's like, "Where'd it go?" And she pointed like across the road, and so he drives after the horse, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And so she chases after him, and the horse has run out onto a frozen lake. And it's the middle of winter, obviously. And she starts approaching the horse, walking on the ice, which is like really cracked and splintered. And she's able to calm the horse and get it across back to where the guy is. And it was really funny. The guy is like, "You with the wolves?" he asks. "We got told to expect an Australian lassie. Now, how does that come about? Aren't there enough koalas for you to be cuddling?" And she's like, "Not really." And then it goes on to say, "I'll alert the villagers to lock up their wives and daughters. The big bad wolves are coming." And then Inti replies, "If I were you, I'd be more worried about the wives and daughters going to run with the wolves." I'm like, ooh, I love that. And then she's like, "Next time you've got an animal to track, call someone who's up to the task instead of bulldozing your monster truck through protected undergrowth." I'm like, I love this lady. Like, she's passionate, she loves animals, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. Like, I love that. So honestly, pretty obsessed with this book, which I truly was not expecting. And I did go back on Goodreads, and 8 months ago from when I'm filming this, which I'm filming this in July, just kidding, nope, August of 2023. We'll see when this vlog sees the light of day. But 8 months ago from August, Lala has given this book 5 stars. Do I dare predict I'm going to give this book 5 stars? And I also love that I used Kayla's Scavenger Hunt to pick this book, and then I picked a 5-star read from her. Like, how incredible is that? So I'm really enjoying this book, truly loving the writing style. It's so lush, and I borrowed the audiobook and ebook from my library. Just, I don't know, I saw they were available, and so I borrowed them, and I read a little bit tonight, and I'm really obsessed. So I'm going to transfer my annotations from the ebook into my physical copy because I am just so in the mood to annotate a book, and I think this will be the perfect one to kind of get me back into the swing of annotating. I haven't annotated a book since college, so it's been a few months since I've done that, and I'm just really obsessed with this book, and I love the little hint of magic, kind of, with our main character having that ability, and I really look forward to seeing how that's going to be explored more, and what's going to happen to these wolves. And I feel like the villagers or the townspeople of where the wolves are now housed are going to have a really poor reaction to the wolves, but I'm hoping Inti can like change their mind or something. But I don't know, that's my predictions, those are my thoughts, and don't worry, I will keep this video spoiler free. I just kind of wanted to introduce this book because I have seen nobody read or talk about this book, and I just feel like it needs a little more love. At least in the first 14 pages I'm really impressed, so hopefully that continues. But I'm gonna do my annotations, and I will give you all more updates when I have them. I just finished Once There Were Wolves, and this book was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot more angry and emotional than I was expecting, especially the end. Like, oh my gosh, that was sad. I was tearing up a little at the end. Like, not at the very, very end, but there was a part right before, I think it was like the last chapter. Yeah, the last chapter, chapter 30, was wild. Like, there was a lot of good reveals in there that I was not expecting. And then chapter 31, it changes to like second person perspective for like the last page, which is really interesting and is really sad. Like, really sad. Like, that almost made me cry. And then the first page of the epilogue, oh my gosh. Tears. Like, not coming down, but like they were there. This book was really good and not at all what I was expecting. This is a very angry book, and it's a very angry book towards violent men and men who get away with doing terrible things to women, and also people who are just so ignorant towards what the world is going through in terms of climate change and environmental change and the things that we need to do to make those changes happen slower or stop completely. Like, there's a lot of really great conversations about that and why the wolves are actually helpful, and people are just seeing the negatives, that they're gonna kill their sheep and kill their cattle. But really, the wolves were not in the wrong at all. The wolves are there to keep deer numbers down because too many deer is destroying the forest. So there needs to be wolves to keep those populations down. And this also reminds me a lot of conservation efforts in Alaska. Like, I know there's a lot of conservation things in Alaska. Obviously, we are such a big state with a lot of resources and a lot of animals. And I know there have been years where our wolf numbers are through the roof and there's like not enough caribou, moose, and the types of animals that they would be killing. So they allow for more hunting of wolves to happen. And then let's say by the next 2 years, like 2 years later, there's too many moose and caribou numbers, but not enough wolf. So they will limit the number of wolf licenses for hunting and have more people go hunt for caribou and moose and like keep the numbers equal. And also I don't know if there's, I need to look into it more, but I'm sure there's probably efforts similar to this book where animals are being reintroduced to spaces where they once were. I'm sure that's happening in Alaska and lots of other places. But I'm really like impressed with this book. Like, it was not what I was expecting, and I'm really glad I ended up keeping this book because I had originally bought this as a gift for somebody at my local used bookstore, and I was gonna gift it because I mean it's like in perfect condition and I thought it'd be like a good gift, but I ended up keeping it because I forgot I was gonna give it to someone, and so I'm really glad I did. I really enjoyed this book. It was really sad. It was really angry and like really powerful. And definitely look into the content warnings for this book. There's a lot of talk of violent men, and there's one scene in particular. It's not graphic, but it is clearly depicted what happens to one of our characters, and it's a sexual assault. So please look into that. Like, it was difficult to read, as all of those are to read, but it wasn't graphic like I said, but it was like, you can tell exactly what was happening through context. But I don't know what I want to rate this book. Like, it was so good. I don't know if it's 5 stars for me. I definitely think it's at least 4, maybe 4.5. It's like almost a 5 for me. I don't know what's holding me back, but like, I don't know, maybe it is a 5, I don't know. I just really enjoyed this book though. Like, wow, this was so good. Like, what a good pick. I need to do that scavenger hunt more often if I'm gonna get picks like this, cause wow. So with this book being done, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all so very much for watching. I had a great time filming this. This was so fun, and I definitely want to film more of these in the future. I thought this was like really fun, and maybe I'll just do this every once in a while when I just kind of want to break up my reading. I'll just do a little scavenger hunt, and that'll be that. So if you made it this far into the video, comment some wolf, I don't think there is wolf emojis, but maybe some dog emojis in honor of the book, because this was like, wow, such a good book. So with all that being said, I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!